Hi, thanks for watching our video presentation. My name is Yuvin, and I'm going to present our paper today on behalf of two other authors, Mary and Andrés. I'd like to start with a brief introduction of our topic. Activity trackers are commercial tools that can track physical movement and other physiological information using a variety of sensors. With this self-monitoring technology, people can have a higher level of awareness of their physical activity. However, it is also claimed that presenting ongoing data is not motivational enough for a majority of people. So, activity trackers often combine multiple persuasive strategies, and awarding virtual reward is one of the most commonly found in the current trackers. At present, leading companies in the wearable market have also introduced virtual reward systems in their devices and services. However, the approaches to designing virtual reward systems are different from one another. In our preliminary study, differences between the systems were found in terms of type of rewards, completion logic, and range of rewards. In addition, each company can be characterized by its unique features. All in all these companies have their unique design of a virtual reward system. Nonetheless, the actual use and impact of the current designs have not been explored yet. Also, findings from the previous studies pointed to the mixed outcomes. While some studies showed the positive impact of virtual rewards on users' physical exercise, people were indifferent in other studies. As such, we still have a limited understanding of people's lived experience with a virtual reward system and what impact virtual rewards have on users' engagement with physical exercise. To address this knowledge gap, our study aims to answer the following two research questions. How do people experience and engage with virtual rewards provided by activity trackers in everyday practice? What effects and value do virtual rewards have on people's behavior and motivations for physical activity? To better understand users' overall experience of virtual rewards in real life, we used to mix the method with three different types of virtual reward systems. While autoethnography allows researchers to have deep and rich insights from a first-hand experience, its inherent nature is also often challenged, such as subjectivity and emotionality. To alleviate these challenges, as well as to reach the broader public, we combined autoethnography with an online survey. First, I conducted autoethnography with three activity trackers: Apple's Activity, Fitbit, and Google Fit. In total, 4 months of experience were studied. Since I had already used the Fitbit in my daily life, the experience of Fitbit was reflected through developing retrospective accounts. For Apple and Google, reflections in action were collected for the ongoing experiences. Each account included a description of experience, thoughts, and feelings with the screen capture images. As a result, 12 retrospective accounts and 49 reflections in action were collected. In the reviewing process, individual statements that describe either positive or negative influence of virtual rewards were extracted. In total, 154 items were analyzed using affinity diagramming. The result identified 15 opportunities under 6 themes that could contribute to improving the quality of user experience of a virtual reward system. 4 themes, including content, aesthetic, access, and trust, cover different aspects of experience with virtual reward systems, while the other 2, communication and goal setting, are the relevant features that interact with the reward system for sustained user engagement. Following the autoethnography, we conducted an online survey. We recruited those who had used one of 3 activity trackers that were studied in the autoethnography using Amazon Mechanical Turk. The survey consisted of the 3 parts: demographics, fitness tracking practices, and experiences with virtual reward systems. In total, 336 individuals participated in the survey. Among them, 113 valid answers were further analyzed. The study population were predominantly those who are living in the US, and a majority of them were younger adults. About 60% were using Fitbit, and long-term and short-term users were almost equally recruited. By qualitatively analyzing participants' experiences where they were positively or negatively influenced by virtual lures, psychological, utilitarian benefits and some negative points were also confirmed. In short, current virtual lures give users a sense of pleasure, achievement, and pride. Also, they help people to engage with exercise more, set an alternative goal, and develop their fitness routines. However, not all participants appreciate virtual lures. Some negative points were also revealed, such as the misalignment between lures and users interested in health and the novelty effect caused by the poorly designed system. Also, the results indicated that over 3/4 of participants have never shared their virtual lures with others. They didn't feel the need to share, considering activity tracking as a personal matter. In addition, people found virtual lures valuable when they recognized users' efforts and time appropriately, informed the impact of the exercise on users' health, and they are challenging to users. Lastly, the suggestion from the participant showed the greatest need for the increased practical value of a virtual reward. It was followed by the need for a more customized and diversified virtual reward experience. While the study detailed real-life experience with virtual rewards of activity trackers, the findings from the studies also allowed us to discuss several considerations for designing more effective virtual reward systems. Firstly, the systems can be more user-centered by improving aesthetic, accessibility, consistency, and transparency. Although they are intangible, we can take advantage of the dynamic and interactive nature of virtual rewards as seen in this video. Also, since easy access could lead to a higher level of awareness and a good sense of achievement, increasing accessibility to both individual reward and the reward system is required. With this regard, Apple recently allowed users to access the list of rewards on their watch app as well. Lastly, proper justification for users' goals and actions needs to be provided in a consistent way. Our autoethnographic research illustrated how the lack of consistency and transparency could cause users to lose their trust in the reward system. In addition, several points were made for more meaningful virtual rewards experience. Firstly, as suggested aloud in the survey, a greater variety of virtual rewards needs to be provided. Also, to be more practical for users, providing health-related information can be a good option since the primary purpose of using activity trackers is managing and improving health. Lastly, since users' activity goal, personal interests, and needs are changing over time, adapting the system to individuals could enhance the perceived value of a virtual reward system. To conclude, the study has made several academic contributions. The study provided a rich understanding of how users interact with virtual rewards in real life and the role and impact of virtual rewards in physical activity practices. In addition, a set of design considerations were also suggested for user-centric, more meaningful virtual reward systems in the context of activity tracking. However, the study also has some limitations. First, the length of the autoethnography research was relatively short. The use and impact of virtual rewards may change over time, along with the evolving activity goals and practices. Second, the survey participants were predominantly young adults. Given that digital rewards are more likely to appeal to younger people, this composition of the study population could have influenced the results. Third, relatively small number of Google Fit users participate in the study. This hinders generalizing the findings from these people. These limitations should be addressed in the future work. That concludes my presentation. Thank you for your listening. We'll be happy to take any questions via email.